Hey, 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 what's happening, everybody? Good day, good day, good day. It's Ronco Johnson, your lifestyle focus advisor. Thank you for joining us today. And we are looking forward to it. It is a holiday. Happy Good Friday to you. It's Lifestyle Focus Friday. And we're here to talk to you about what millionaires and billionaires do. Today, we got some hot tips for you, something you probably don't expect from me. But yes, I like to cook, I like to eat. If you're out there and you like to eat, please make a comment down below and say, I like to eat too. That's TOO. Make sure you put the TOO. All right. So sit back, relax, and unwind. We got a special deal with you today. Today, we're going to talk about 5 grocery budget tips and 5 strategies that I know work that can help you manage your grocery budget. You know, many times when we're sitting down and having these discussions with our clients about their budget and their profile, the words food budget comes up. You know, a lot of times when we look at our profile over a 6-month period of time, we're always surprised to find out that food is part of the deal. Part of the deal. So when we get to that point, we just kind of look at it and say, look, what if for all of those out there, we were to be able to manage how much money we spend, right? Minimize the amount of money we spend, spread it out over time, and look at our budget a little differently and start planning ahead. You know, everything that we're doing is all about planning. So we're going to talk to you just about it, and we're going to get into it live today. And I see that everyone is coming into the room. And yes, we are live. We are live. So I am making sure that we are not interrupted online, right? So let's go get into it. Let's get into it. Well, what are our options for today? You know, what are you buying when you go out to the grocery store? You know, I've had people that come in, and in the past we've gone through their financial plans and we're going through their budgets, and we have seen, you know, people spending $2,000 just on food items alone. You know, so if you have a big family, if you have a small family, hopefully these strategies and tips that we're going to share with you today will help. And so, you know, one of the things that we want to talk to you about and make sure that you get started, we want to get you welcomed into the show. Thank you for joining us and coming back to us. So before we get started, if you would do me a favor, don't forget to click the notification bell below. Hit subscribe and like and make comments. But if you do that, do me a favor. When you make your comments, start with the word takeaways. Start with the words takeaways. Why? Because it lets us know that you're taking away substance from our communication today. And I like knowing what are you taking away and then what you might want to add to it. So don't forget, when you hit the like, subscribe, the share button, and make your comments, put takeaways. Okay? Put takeaways. And if you're watching the replay, we're still looking at it. So we like the comments, send you something back. And hopefully those comments are great. So we're going for 5 stars all the time, right? That's exactly what we're doing all the time. So don't forget to click that notification bell, and don't forget to put our takeaways in the comments. Okay. So here we go. Let's get into it. Our number one deal is plan your meals ahead of time. Plan your meals ahead of time. That is one of the wonderful things about planning your meals ahead of time is that you don't have to, you take all the guesswork out. You don't have to think about tomorrow. You don't have to think about next days. One of my recommendations when you're taking out the guesswork is that we're going to talk about planning. Everything that we're discussing today is all about planning. And when we're talking about planning, we need you to understand that planning is all about taking time to budget, taking time so you can see exactly what it is that you need when you go to the grocery store, right? So a lot of times we go to the grocery store, we feel like our buggies with ketchup and paper towels. That's not what I'm talking about. The groceries I'm talking about today are the edible groceries, okay? So as we're taking time to look at what we're going to eat, if you sit down and take about 20 minutes of your time, you'll see that you have a reoccurring system happening. You like the same foods, you get the same thing. So this is not going to sound crazy to you. Planning your food budget for the month, instead of doing it week by week by week, it makes things easier. It takes all the guesswork out. So if you could just take a moment in your time and do your guesswork right now, then guess what? You're saving yourself time and you're saving yourself money. Well, Ronco, what does this have to do with doing what millionaires and billionaires do? Well, first of all, we understand this. The most valuable asset you have is time. So if we can save more time, not necessarily money, but if we can save time and money, that's a great thing. And our goal right now is to help you to save more time and then help you save more money. Does that make sense to you? If that makes sense to you, give me a thumbs up on that one. Number 2 today is, well, we need to create this list when we're taking that time and we're thinking about our meal. We need to take that list and we need to create that list. And when we create that list, we need to stick to it. Yes, you need to stick to it. One of the best things about going grocery shopping is, stay on the outside. Don't go up and down the rows if you don't have to. All the best stuff is on the outside. So the vegetables, the eggs, and the things are around the outside. So if you can stay on the outside versus going up and down the rows, start there. Get all your essentials first and then go up and down these rows. But gotta stick to it. When it comes to it, part of this planning, you may not have thought about it. Maybe you open your refrigerator. Maybe you go into your freezer and you take a piece of paper and write it down and say, hey, look, this is what I got. This is what I need. This is what I don't need. And it helps you also to discard things that are old. So if there's foods or items that you don't use, obviously we don't want to serve those. We want to get rid of them. But by creating this list and sticking to it, I can promise you this. It's going to help you in the long run. It's going to help you in many more ways than you can imagine. If this is something good to you out there, give me a thumbs up. Let me know. Let me know that you can use this information. Right? Great. So number 3, we're going to get to number 3 today. Number 3, we're going to split your spending budget across a week instead of for the month. In other words, if you were going to plan to spend $500 for the month, right? Instead of doing that, why don't we just go ahead and break that down? $500 a month will equate to $125 a week. But in that $125 a week, are you really buying food? Are you buying paper items? Are you buying trash bags, cleaning items? Those things are essentials that we need. But that, again, is not what I'm adding to our budget. Because what we'll find is if you're buying food items, vegetables, chicken, fish, and steak, milk, eggs, those types of things, you'll find on that budget of $125, if you go in with the idea, hey, I'm going to spend $125 a week, anything else that I need, I can pick that up at another time. I can pick that up at another time. You'll find that you probably don't spend that entire 125. You'll probably spend right between 85 to 95 of that money. And you'll start to find out that that little bit of savings every single week adds up to about $75 worth of savings that you can put towards the essentials, the paper towels, the bags, and so forth. These are just some smart money tips in ways that you can look at it, and hopefully it saves you more and more money, more and more money. So if you would, take that time to make that list. Hey, thank you guys for coming in and joining us. I see the comments are coming in. I see all you folks hanging out with us. Hi, Leela from Atlanta. I like to eat too. I know, I see it. I see Donna out there in Milwaukee. Hello. How are you? And what is this? I have an app called Yuka that shows you the good, bad, and the ugly. Well, hey, look, thank you for sharing that. Listen, if you're in the comments and you're part of our Lifestyle Focused Wealth team, this is where you want to be. You want to be part of our Lifestyle Focused Wealth group because they're active. They're talking about things. No, we're not just talking about money in a boring way. We're still talking about the things that affect us every single day. And food is one of those things that affect us, right? I like seafood. Anytime I see food, I like to eat it. So maybe I should push back every once in a while. So let's go look at our takeaways. So remember, I asked you, if you got a comment and you want me to take a look at it so I can see it pretty quickly, put takeaways in front of it, and I'll see if I can put it in our live broadcast for you folks that are in our live today. And one of our takeaways, I have an app called Yuka that shows you the good, bad, and the ugly. And that is in our food. Oh, wow. So all you have to do is just scan the barcode and it'll surprise you. I don't know if I want to know the ugly that's in our food, but it sounds like it's a good app. It sounds like it's a good app if you just want to know the nutritional value of what's in your food. So I hear someone say, I love planning meals. I love planning meals. Leela's active, so I must have hit your hot spot today. We're talking about food and planning, right? Sam, what's happening, Sam? I see you checking in. Happy Friday. Happy Good Friday. The takeaway. No takeaway. That is a good way because you get to catch the store sales. That is interesting. Leela, thank you so much for your comments. Catching the stores on sale. Catching the stores on sale is always something that you should consider. Where you shop, how you shop, what days of the week you shop, so you can start to figure out, hey, what's the best days for us? What's the best days that they have discounts on their coupons? Maybe you're using coupons. And, I used to think it was embarrassing to bring coupons in the store. My grandmother back in the day, she would bring all these coupons, and we would stand there at the desk for maybe 10 minutes going through the coupons, but she knew everything she had to buy before she went. And what she would do is she would match the coupon up with the item. So when she ran out of her coupons, basically she ran out of her items. Well, today, obviously, everything is on the barcode and everything's on the cell phone, so you don't have to do the coupon clipping, but that still comes about the same way. There are certain people out here that are using coupons in a way that when they get to the register, they don't owe anything. That's right. They got a bag full of groceries for nothing. So before you snarl at what I'm saying, you might want to try to use a couple of these tips and strategies, because money in your pocket means money in your other plans. And when we start to put dollars in, and it starts putting dollars in certain places, it starts to make more sense, right? Right? So thank you for that. Thank you for that. So I just want to invite you guys to make sure that you take a moment. Join our Lifestyle Focused Wealth community. It's just $16 a month if you pay for it annually. And you can go to lifestylefocusedwealth.com and they have everything. So what we will have is an opportunity for you to sign up. And if you're a member, you have to make sure you sign up and bring a friend. Bring two friends. Why? Because everything we need is in the room. Everything we need is in the room. I mean, you got your people who can help you with credit. You got people who can help you with uh, your credit scores. You got people who can help you get business lines of credit. You have people who have all these different types of expertise that are willing to share. We've had people talk about mortgages and how they can save money on their escrow accounts and different things. I tell you now, I've been so excited about our group. It's an interesting group, great people. They're fun to be with. And when we start to travel, they're fun to even travel with. So I can tell you, I got travel buddies all over the world now, just because we're talking about saving money and using it in another way. Let me digress for a second before I get on to the next piece of how we save our money in these strategies. I want to add this bonus strategy. We won't call it our bonus strategy. You remember, we talked about lifestyle focused wealth, and we've talked about what millionaires and billionaires do. And we've talked about the secret financial tool called life insurance. Well, how do we finance everything that we want in our lives? How can I continuously earn a dividend and interest on the money that I'm spending? Well, it's pretty simple. It's simple. If you have one of these specially designed insurance policies and engineered and designed policies that we create for you, you know, if you don't have one, give us a call. Go on Lifestyle Focused Wealth, schedule your one-on-one, or just go down in the descriptions below and type in, hey, Ronco, make my life insurance plan for me, and click it, and it will take you to a questionnaire that will help you get everything you need. And also, we have our newsletter and our magazine down low. So go below, click it, get on our newsletter list, get on our magazine list, and you'll receive that in the email form and stuff that you will enjoy. All lifestyle stuff. It's not all financial stuff. It's lifestyle stuff. And I know you want to be down with that. So here's what I'm saying to you. You need to be a part of this community. You do. But I'm going to give you the secret sauce right now, as if you were just a member. See, if you have this cash value of money that we've talked about, we know that we can take loans against it, against the insurance company, and we know that we can use this money. Well, if we have it in our designated portfolio account, if we take in a loan from the insurance company and took this loan, let's just say we took $10,000 and put it in our designated portfolio account, can I still use that money? The answer is yes. If the answer is yes, is that money, that designated pool of money, still earning a dividend and interest for you? The answer is yes. So if I use this portfolio designated money in my portfolio account and we go grocery shopping, am I buying groceries with money that's earning a dividend even though I spent it? The answer is yes. So we need to add that to your list. These are just some wonderful ways of thinking. This is how the wealthy do it. This is how they're doing it. Even though they're eating it, they're spending it, they're still earning an interest credit from it. That's amazing. I love it. If you like what I just said, put something in the comments. Let me know that just helped you out. So in real life, I'm really trying to help you understand that in all of our strategies, everything money, we all got to spend money. We still got to take trips. We got to buy groceries. We got to have kids that are going to school. Well, why can't we use these special tools, these financial tools to help us leverage our lives and still earn money on all the money that passes through our hands? I'm not saying that insurance is the only thing. I'm just saying it's a way to safeguard, build for your retirement, have passive income, get all the tax advantages that the government allows, and still allow you to buy stocks, buy bonds, buy real estate, buy groceries, pay for college, and then some, while earning a dividend and interest on your money. Doesn't that make sense? That's the wow factor for me. That's the wow factor for me. So if you want to be a part of our Lifestyle Focused Wealth community, please go to lifestylefocusedwealth.com, and you can join our Facebook group as well. And we would love to have you. Bring a friend. And like I said, everything you need is in the room. It's in the room. It's in the room right now. It's in the room right now. So I'm looking forward to you guys coming in and joining us. And if you put in the comments, hey, I want to join, and let me know. Let me know. So number 4, buy in bulk. How many of you out there buy in bulk? Buy in bulk. Why? The key thing to purchasing in bulk, it really comes down to what you need. Again, if we go back to the action number 2 and we say, listen, I'm going to buy in bulk, but I know this week I need meats. I don't want to waste that on paper towels, ketchup, mustard, and so on. Week 2, I know I need fish. Week 3, maybe I do need those other things. Week 4, and so on. But when I buy in bulk, the chances are I don't need them as often. And if I don't need them as often, I'm able to continue purchasing in bulk because it's an effective way to budget my food, my money, and my time. And that's what this is all about. Once again, time is the most valuable asset we have, right? So, if this is helping you out, I just want to know. We're breezing through these today. You can tell I'm happy about the Lifestyle Focus Friday, maybe because it's nice and bright outside. It is the Easter holiday. It's Good Friday. I know you're going to be out with your family and friends. You have the kids looking for Easter eggs if they're still doing that after COVID. But, it's just that time when you bring your families back together and you have a time to celebrate. And what comes with celebration? Food. Food, cookouts, drinks, and good times, right? So here's number 5. Plan leftover nights. Plan your leftover nights when you buy your meals. Yes, I said it. I'm not the biggest fan of leftovers either, but I can tell you, if you go ahead and plan for leftover nights, what happens is if I'm going to buy groceries for this week and I'm going to go buy certain items, especially if you got 1 or 2 people in the household, it's probably best. I know if I want to make spaghetti on Monday, I could probably have Monday and Wednesday. I could probably have that in 2 different days, and that helps me to split and save on more food items because I'm buying enough that I can have it multiple days in that week. So if I don't spend the whole $125 that I budgeted this week, guess what? I'm in a surplus. That means I don't need to spend $125 next week. I might need to spend only $75. So when I'm looking at the groceries and when you're going out and you're putting your meal prep together, look at the meals that you're making or that you're planning to make. And then is that going to be enough for 2 nights? So plan your leftover nights, make it something different. That way you're not wasting food. There's nothing worse than you having to make food and then throw it out. Make food and then throw it out. For you single people out there, I understand. If you don't have 10 people in the house to eat, sometimes you're throwing away more food. But what you got to remember, every time that food hits the trash can, you might as well take your dollar bills out of your pocket and just drop them into the trash can because you're wasting money. You're wasting money. And yes, you may be eating healthy, but if that healthy food goes bad because you didn't eat it fast enough, you're wasting money. The funny thing about this budget and this strategy, the complete strategy, those 5 steps that I've shared with you, again, that's a $500 budget, but you may find by the end of the month, you've only spent $430. Why? Because you're actively only buying foods that you're going to consume. And you're not going to consume every single thing, every single day, every single week. And with that savings left over, then you can buy your essentials that you're missing. So it's your paper towels and your cleaning items and so forth. Okay? So if that's been helpful for you, let's go to the comments and see if we can stretch that food. So I got one person that's talking about lasagna. So it's a great meal to stretch food. Yes, lasagna, spaghetti, Anything with Alfredo sauces, you can stretch that not too long, but for a couple days, and make that happen. Don't forget, if you got a comment, put takeaways in there so I can see it and identify you really quickly. And let's see. Hi, Danielle. I see you out there. That's the wow factor for you. And you've learned that I only want to use my money with that strategy. Oh, perfect. I got it. Hey, listen, it's the little things that matter. It's the little things that matter. If we can save $1 here, $1 there, and reposition those dollars into places where we can invest, save, and let that dollar work for us. Wow. Wow. What are we doing? Just that simple move from having your portfolio account, your separate account, where you've taken dollars that you've loaned yourself, put into my separate portfolio account, right? And then I'm going to take this money in this checking account that is designed for me to use for any purchases. It's still earning a dividend. It's still earning interest. It's still earning while I'm using it. So I can go buy gas. I'm still earning some money on that money over my lifetime. I can go get food. I can go get groceries. I can go pay my kids' tuition. I think this is just all wonderful. When you start living a lifestyle, that's why we call it lifestyle-focused wealth. What wealthy people do is they convert from what everybody else is doing to a lifestyle that may not make sense to you until you start seeing your buildup of savings, until you start taking time to plan your next steps. This may seem excessive from some people, but when you start planning what your meals are, it makes it easier to start planning other things in your life. And when we do our one-on-one management budgets and things like that, that's where the rubber hits the road. It's the little things. It's not always the big purchase or a lump sum of money that gets you there. It's your lifestyle. It's your lifestyle. So before you take your next trip or cruise, ask yourself, am I earning any dividends on this money? And if the answer is no, I want you to click the description list down below and say, hey, Ronco, design me one of those plans. And click the button. Put your information in and let one of our teammates and some of our folks from our Lifestyle Focus team help you design and create your specially engineered secret financial tool that will allow you to continue your lifestyle while earning your dividends. What do you say? What do you say? Leela, I love it. I love it. I got a foodie on the line. She says, remember, and I got to share this with everybody. Remember what we said? Everything we need is in the room. So if you're in the room, share. We're all together. Share right now. These are little secrets. Don't forget to buy your vacuum sealing machine. Why? Because it makes your food last longer. Take all the air and the oxygen out of your bag, seal it down, extract all that air out. That way your food doesn't go bad. And now you can store it away even longer. So now we've gone from having leftovers in 1 to 2 days to having leftovers a week ahead of time. And eventually you're going to need a bigger freezer, or you're going to eat more. But at the same time as you're eating more, remember, stay healthy. Stay healthy. Let your feet hit the ground, get some sunshine, walk, and let the earth accept your calling. Thank you. I love learning about this lifestyle focused wealth stuff too. And Leila, I'm glad that you're there. So is there any other questions? Anybody in the box got questions for us today? That's our 5 strategies to help you get going and play with your management budget. So your lifestyle focused challenge for this week is to sit down and put your grocery budget together. And if you need a little help, contact us. Go down below and click on my name. And then, we can absolutely schedule you some time to start talking about your budget. We need to do it anyway. It's the end of the first quarter. We're in the second quarter of the year. Are you behind? Are you on time or are you ahead of schedule? I can almost tell you, if you did your plans back in 2023, 23, you're probably ahead right now. You're probably ahead right now, right? Let me go to the list. Takeaways. I usually stop outside the rows, but I always forget my eggs. Well, okay. You got to make sure that you go to the eggs first. Maybe if you're always forgetting your eggs, go get your eggs first. Put that at the top of your list. When you enter the grocery store, put that on the top of your list. So I love the tool of life insurance. Yes, thank you very much. I love the tools of life insurance too. These are just some of these ideas that people don't think of. They think that you just got to buy a product, stick your money in, and it grows. Well, no, it doesn't do that. It doesn't. It doesn't work that way. You see all these TikTok videos and all these different things. Will buy this and buy that, but they're not telling you how to use it. So one of the advantages of coming to an expert is not we're not talking about the products. We're not even talking about what you got to get. It's talking about how you're going to use it and how much you're going to use it. Because if you're going to use it, if you're going to use our strategies effectively, you got to have the right products. You can't have products that have surrender charges and fees to them. You got to have products that allow you to take money out at any given time because you're using this all the time to support your lifestyle. And if that makes sense, it's not that I'm prejudiced against term insurance, whole life insurance, universal life insurance. We offer them all. But in this particular lifestyle setting, it's my recommendation that we use these permanent insurance policies that have whole life dividend participating policies that we can take money from at any given time. So for those of you who have sent me emails and text messages, be fair, look at your paperwork. If you got these IULs, look at them very closely. They have charges, they have surrender charges, sometimes between 10 to 15 years. And that means that you can't tap into your money to do these lifestyles as quickly as these folks that are participating with dividend, participating whole life plans, right? So we just want to make sure we got that right. Purposed. Do we have any more comments out there today? Man, we got that done pretty quickly. There's a lot of comments here. I hope I didn't miss anyone. Let me go through it here and just take a look and see if I missed any of these comments. While I'm doing that, well, wow. Okay. I think I got everybody thus far. Okay. So I remember a time we would go to Costco and you get all these groceries and you come up to the bag. Let's just say today my budget was $125. If I got to the thing and I had $127, I'm putting something back. It got to the point where you're so serious about your budget that you got to be willing to take something back. Absolutely. I'm not going over $125 this week. Whatever I need or I missed, I got to get it for next week. Why? Because it's that important to be that calendared, that scheduled, that committed. And when you're that committed, guess what happens? If you're doing our weight challenge, if you're doing our walking challenge, our fitness challenges, if you're doing our savings challenges, I challenge you, write it down. Stay on target, stay in focus. So really quick before we leave, I just want to go back and review all of these steps, all of our action steps, so that you have them on your screen. So number one was plan your meals ahead of time. We already figured out if we could sit down, plan our meals ahead of time, that we can take all the guesswork out. We can take all that out. Matter of fact, when you do it tonight, it's Friday. You got to go to the grocery store. It is Friday. It's Lifestyle Focus Friday. It's also a holiday, and you got Easter coming up. So when you go ahead and plan it, go ahead and duplicate that same plan 3-4 weeks on out. That way, you don't have to worry about it. The next thing is go ahead and put your list together. Matter of fact, if you got a printer, write your list and then make copies of it. Because chances are you're going to have to buy the same things over and over and over again. So what we want you to do is stick to the list. Stick to it. Create the list, then stick to it. And that's going to help you tremendously. Okay? That's going to help you in ways that you're going to be like, well, that's one thing I just didn't have to do. I didn't have to go to my refrigerator because I already know exactly what I'm replacing. I've already taken a budget of what's in the refrigerator and what I need to throw away, what's in my freezer and what I need to throw away. And I got this list that tells me what I need to replace it with. Pretty simple, right? It's pretty simple. The next thing is split your budget. Split your monthly budget. That $500 a month budget that you use for food, split it up into weekly budgets. 125, 125, 125, 125. Why? Because you may find that you're going to have more savings this way. Only spend money on the things that you're going to actually consume or that you're going to eat. Okay? So when you go shopping, fill up with your groceries, your greens and your veggies and your meats and your fish and all those things first. And then you're going to find that, yeah, maybe I did not spend 125. Maybe I spent 85. Well, that extra reserves, we're going to go back next week, and then we'll apply it towards the next week. And then when we get 3 to 4 weeks out, if we need to buy more ketchup or we need to buy more paper towels, then we can do so as you're looking at it. But number 4 was simply spend time with your budget and split your budget over the weeks, over the course of those weeks. Number 4 was buy in bulk. So if you can buy in bulk, these will keep you from having to buy things over and over again. So when you do get to that 4th week or the 3rd week that you choose to buy your paper towels, buy it in bulk. Why? Because you got more paper towels. You're not going to need those again. Toilet tissue, you're not going to need that again. Hot sauce and ketchup, be careful with some of those consumables. Maybe you go to the grocery store and buy the little ones of those. Why? Because you don't want them to go bad. But if you got the other stuff that is big that you want to get bulk, go ahead and do bulk. Why? Because you're going to save yourself in many ways. Last but not least is plan your leftover nights. You know, like you have date night, plan your leftover nights. Plan your leftover nights. Be sure that's something you all enjoy. Make sure it's something that you all enjoy when you're eating it, because you don't want to have leftovers with items that you didn't enjoy. You know, I remember growing up, my brother loves beef stroganoff. So that was his thing. He can eat that every single day. And I want to tell you guys, if you don't know what I'm saying about our magazine, our Lifestyle Focus magazine, it has cooking tips. It has recipes for you folks that like to cook, like to travel. It doesn't have anything about finance. It's all about lifestyle. It's got your recipe of the week if you want to give it a shot. I will tell you, become a member. There are perks with this thing. When you get inside the room, you get all of this with your membership. So we got to make sure that you know about it. You might not know. And if you're a member, be sure you go to Lifestyle Focus Wealth and sign up for all of the things that you're privy to. Okay? Make sure you go online, get signed up with your Lifestyle Focus Wealth stuff. And by the way, for today, I want to thank you in advance for coming out, hanging out with us, and sharing your ideas. I absolutely love it when we got our 7 shares, our 7 eyes or 9 eyes or 1,000 eyes or however many we got. We're just celebrating coming over our 10,000 views, 15,000 views in roughly a 3 months time. We're really happy about it, but we need your help. The algorithm says we need your help. So do me a favor. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Go ahead and do that right now. Before you leave, hit subscribe or hit share, like it, share it with someone, replay it on your social media. If this has been helpful for you, please put helpful down in the comments, because we really want to know. We really want to know. You're driving the content. So if there's any other content that you want to know about that can have you some healthy savings tips, some financial tips at the same time, I don't care what it is, whatever the topic, call us. Let us know. You're part of the family. We want to know. And we want to know how we can help. I'm looking at our. So you're a B. Stroganoff fan too, huh? There's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. So listen, is there any more questions from the group today? Is there any more questions in the group? Come on, y'all. I know that there is somebody in the group. I know there's somebody in the group. Absolutely. There's got to be somebody in the group that has more questions for me. This is too easy. I'll wait for it to see where you are. Well, listen, I love it. I love it. Week's budgets, and as long as we're saving you, I want to know how you guys do this past week. I think that's so important. So continue to do your savings. Continue to do your savings and let us know. Okay. Let us know how that's working out. And I want to know. I just like knowing. Okay. All right, everybody. So listen, that is my time today. Thank you guys for joining us. This is Lifestyle Focus Wealth. I'm Ronco Johnson, your host, keeping you company this afternoon. Do me a favor. Be safe this weekend. Enjoy your family. Find the money egg while you're out there shopping around with the Easter bunny. And remind you that we're going to see you at the top. Until next week, see you next Friday, 1 o'clock. And be safe. Be kind. Peace and love. I'll see you next week. Take care.